Breaking news coming in. BJP mocks Congress's Karnataka after Rahul Gandhi prods DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah to hug. BJP takes a swipe. Stage bonhomie charge by the BJP. You can see after the nudge how Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar hugged over there. This came after the nudge coming in from Rahul Gandhi, and you do know that both the leaders have been sparring with each other. And after that nudge from Rahul Gandhi, and look at that, he asked them to hug, and they have, and optically it really augurs very well for the Congress party in Karnataka. The BJP has caught on to this and said that this is after a nudge from the from Rahul Gandhi, and this is a stage bonhomie charge coming in from the BJP. Karnataka BJP has put out this particular video taking a drive at Rahul Gandhi, DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah, basically the Congress party in Karnataka. Well, it was Rahul Gandhi who asked them to hug, and you can see that is the BJP reading too much into it? We don't know, but it is a stage bonhomie charge coming in by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and this is a video put out by Karnataka BJP where they've put Rahul Gandhi's actions into slow motion, where he nudges DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah to hug. All right, Nagarjun is now joining us on the phone line. Nagarjun, you did see, even if it was staged or not staged, optically the bonhomie looked very evident, whether staged or not. And then came the nudge. After the nudge, they hugged each other. Is the BJP reading too much into this?
That's absolutely true. BJP seems to be in panicky mode because what they were attacking on DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah about them having cracks and rifts between the leadership is now becoming less and less after yesterday is what they feel. And that's why they've also tweeted out a video where Rahul Gandhi is seen instructing DK Shivakumar to hug Siddaramaiah. Well, I was just talking to a few Congress leaders on the phone saying that BJP has tweeted. They said, what is wrong in Rahul Gandhi asking DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah to hug each other? It is a message that the High Command also wants to send out, that everything is good between the two leaders, and that's why he just asked DK Shivakumar to hug. Nothing wrong in it, and DK Shivakumar anyway spoke so highly of Siddaramaiah yesterday, and both of them acknowledged each other's leadership, and BJP is reading too much into this is what also Congress has said, but we'll have to wait and watch as to what BJP says. We have already seen National General Secretary C.P. Ravi saying that we'll have to see how long will this bonhomie last between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. Last time the same was done between Siddaramaiah and Padmeshwar. We all saw what happened is what C.P. Ravi said. But yesterday these two tried patching up whatever rifts they had, and the cracks was definitely patched up after Rahul Gandhi intervened between both the leaders and said Congress will fight unitedly in Karnataka.
Absolutely. And has the Congress responded to this charge?
Well, not yet, because BJP has just tweeted it a while back. Congress is yet to respond. Most of the leaders have gone back to constituency after the Siddaramaiah's 70th birthday, so they'll definitely react, but it will take time.
Shankar Guha of the Congress party is now joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Guha, how do you respond to the Karnataka BJP putting out this video, calling it a staged bonhomie on camera? Is the Bharatiya Janata Party reading too strongly into this?
No, unfortunately, the BJP has no other agenda other than getting into our, sort of internal things. They have failed on terms of development. They are into sexual harassment. They are a 40% government, so they need to introspect on their issues rather than bothering so much about us. Primarily, they are so perturbed and disturbed with the sort of crowd that came yesterday. It is not just regarding Mr. Siddaramaiah's birthday. It is the sentiment in the entire state. The sort of crowd that came is a perfect example of Congress coming into power. They're disturbed. So such reactions are quite
You know, that's a good
expected
point
out of
that
them.
you brought up, Mr. Guha. Stay on the phone line with us. S. Prakash of the BJP is joining us. Mr. Prakash, look at what Mr. Guha is saying. Mr. Guha is saying that it is the crowds that spoke for themselves. There was a lot of crowd. The Congress bonhomie was on display. The Bharatiya Janata Party, unfortunately, seems to be reading too much into that particular nudge given by Rahul Gandhi. How do you respond?
No, it is the Congress party. It's not a Congress party program. It is Siddaramaiah's individual program, as it is said by himself, not by the BJP. Crowds can be collected. That's no big deal. Even Bangarappa in the past, in Davangere, had a huge gathering of his supporters. When ultimately, when election happened, only he got 10 seats in the election. So crowds are not, number of crowds are not the parameter for the election. It is the performance is the parameter, and BJP is miles ahead of it.
Well, I'll let Mr. Guha respond to that. Mr. Guha, how do you respond to Mr. Prakash?
Performance, I don't have to talk. If crowd, thank you, Prakash ji, for accepting that you have managed all the crowds. So all the crowds that come to all your events are managed. Thank you for accepting that on national TV. Performance-wise, you are at a 0, 40% government. I am not saying this. 40% government is by the Contractors Association that has been given. That certificate is they have given it to you. So please introspect on yourself. You are going to lose this elections. You are disturbed. And you are totally avoiding the crux of the matter here. You need to concentrate on the state. The law and order situation in the state has collapsed and crippled. You guys are nowhere to be seen. Do some development instead of getting to emotional issues and personal stuff.
So Mr. Guha is saying, Mr. Prakash, that focus on development and bigger issues rather than, you know, picking out these particular videos and putting them up. How do you respond to Sankara Guha of the Congress party as the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, Mr. Prakash?
The all-round development which was taken in the state, they are unable to see it. The development on the national scale, they are unable to see it. His leader is still in the demonetization era. He has not come to 2022 at all. And how can we explain to them, convince them about the development in the nation has taken place and the state has progressed? And it is impossible to convince the party which is in a denial mode. This party is already reduced to a regional outfit, losing every election in the past 8 years. And they are dreaming about coming back to power in Karnataka. It is, as a political party, they have every right to do so. But ultimately, it is the BJP which is going to win the election, and Mr. Guha will be watching it.
Mr. Guha, how do you respond to Mr. Prakash? You have all the right to question him being the opposition. Are you convinced with his response? Are you convinced with his response?
No. Whatever he is, he knows the reality that the results are going to come in 23. I am going to be watching, and he is going to be watching along with me forming the government. The government is going to be formed by the Congress here. He is most welcome to say whatever he is saying is from his lips. It is not the reality. He also knows that, but unfortunately, being the spokesperson of that particular party, he has to support them. So there is no other way. He has to say that PSI scam, they are not responding. 40% government, they are not responding. Sexual harassment, they are not responding. Communal killings, they are not responding. Not even one single communal killing has been brought into its books. Not even one conviction till now. They are in the center, they are in the state. What the hell are they doing? So what are they talking of?
Okay,
You know,
I've let both of you speak on this. Mr. Prakash, one last reaction from you on the video, which is the Karnataka BJP has put out. I got Mr. Guha's reaction on this. You know,
Madam, I have not watched that video.
Okay, your Bharatiya Janata Party Karnataka unit has put it out. All right, we'll get you back on the broadcast once you watch it. Thank you very much. Appreciate both of you for taking the time out.